Hello everyone, welcome back to Talking Reds. It is preview time and it is the Carabao Cup Semi-Final. From a 1-0 deficit, can Liverpool turn it around against Tottenham? Tottenham have been on and off certainly this season, more off than on. Playing in the dark, it seems like the light switch has been off quite a while, but they turned it on at the weekend, Kallum, for a little bit. How are you feeling after the weekend for number one?
Well, it's 2 wins in a row at the moment. So, I mean, we've got a goal, I think it was a 5-goal aggregate score over them 2 games. So it's not too bad. Admittedly, one was against Elfsborg. But no, I mean, I'm a lot more positive than I was coming into it compared to where we were a couple of weeks back when I spoke to you. But obviously, the injury front hasn't got much better for us, let's put it that way. So here's hoping. But we've got some new players in, so you never know. You never know.
I'd certainly get someone round on your injury problems because some curse is going around or something. I don't know what's going on with your injury problems. He is a bit unfair on Ange in terms of the injury problems. Yes, he has his own problems and he has his own issues. It should be sorting out himself, but his injuries, they're just mounting up constantly. You did get a signing over the door, unlike a certain club in the red, but you got a signing over the door, Tell, from Bayern Munich. I think it's a decent signing. Did you pay? I think it was like $7 million you paid for the loan fee as well. But how much is that needed just for a boost, maybe in the dressing room?
Yeah, definitely a boost. It means that we actually have a striker now or another forward option in the line, because at the moment our forward options are Son, Richarlison, Tell now, and realistically Mikey Moore, and then Dane Scarlett. So, and 3 of them are under the age of 20. So it's definitely a good option to bring in. And to be honest, he's a Bayern Munich player, so there's got to be something good about him. So here's hoping. And we've obviously got Danso in as well as a centre back at the weekend, so that's a positive. But then we lost Radu Dragusin for the rest of the season yesterday to an anterior cruciate ligament, and he's had surgery today. So one door opens, 2 doors close.
That's Tottenham this year, isn't it? Like you literally have more off than on, and that's the same with injuries. You've had more than when one comes in, like you said, another two people get injured and they're out. Like you said, it is a while since it feels like ages we talked before when we played the first leg, in which we lost. You did say that you've got a bit of faith being at home in that first leg. Wow, it didn't really go to script for us. But can you keep hold of that? That's the question, though, isn't it, Carl? That's the question.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, at home we actually played out of our skin. I thought we really nullified you guys, and obviously that game, both teams lost players, didn't we? We both lost people to injury. Bentancur with his concussion, where he went down as well, so that kind of threw us.
Yeah.
And I think compared to where we was back then, it's going to be a whole different team that you face and all that within reason. And yeah, I mean, if Spurs can go to Anfield and just nick a draw, just say if we keep you guys to a 2-2 and we go through on that aggregate 1-0, then you guys would be kicking yourselves, wouldn't you? To say the least, because I like you said, you weren't good at White Hart Lane compared to how when you was playing against us in the Premier League where you won 6-3, where something just clicked.
Yeah.
You guys looked out of sorts. Gakpo was all over the place. Nunez came on. He was shit. Salah was Salah was quiet on the night. And then your back line was a little bit all over the place. And we could have had 2 on the night if that silly VAR check had have gone our way, realistically.
Speaking of VAR, though, Bergvall, the match winner, should have been sent off possibly beforehand, but it is what it is. You get some, you don't get some. It wasn't massively controversial, I don't think.
The first yellow card shouldn't have stood, should it? That wasn't a yellow.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah. We've had some bigger calls against us, like Diaz, for example. I don't know if you remember that one, but Diaz was a bigger call against us. But yeah, I mean, I think it's one of those games where I think you've got to come into this with more of a positive and don't come to defend, because I think you need to score, if I'm honest, because you ain't keeping a clean sheet against us. I'm sorry. I was very shocked you kept a clean sheet at the weekend. I mean, Brentford should have scored a few, but I've got to be honest here. You're not keeping a clean sheet against Liverpool. I think you've got to come and score. Do you think?
Oh yeah, no, we have to go at you guys. We have to nullify you and hit you, sort of counterattack we have to play how you guys play against us.
Yeah,
And it's got to be fast pace. It's got to be we go at you and make you nervous because I mean, realistically, you're going to be without Trent most likely.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
so that's going to be an area where we could get Bradley down the left-hand side. That could be an option. I think, is it going to be most likely Van Dijk and Gomez in centre back?
Got
Or
Canate here. Canate, Van Dijk. I presume it will be Canate, Van Dijk. I can see him going strong, Villa strong,
yeah,
because we're losing. I think, yeah.
well that, and you've got a piss poor draw for the FA Cup at
We've
the
got, yeah, we've
weekend,
got
haven't you?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes, and they're nothing at the moment. They're a shadow. So realistically, this is your game to play. And whereas we have this game, and then we've got Villa away at Villa Park in
Yeah.
the FA Cup, so we have to do something to get our form going. So if we're going to go for it, we've got to play our strongest team both games. And I mean, there's injury doubts over Van der Ven again. He only just came back, and then there was some weird rumours that came out last night, but they've gone quiet. So it's going to be interesting to when we hear the press conferences tomorrow to see who's actually confirmed in the team sort of squad and who aren't. But no, we need to score, and we need to get at least a 1 or 2 goal cushion. I think to be able to, if we push you to 3-0, then it's all for you guys to play for. Let's put it that way, because then you've got to score 4.
And the thing is, with you as well, obviously you don't win anything. This is probably your best chance to certainly win something in recent history. I know you went to the Champions League final against us, but that was no disrespect to Tom, but that was a nothing game for us. I thought we won the Champions League just by beating Barcelona. When we got to the final, Tottenham just weren't there. I think this is your best chance really to go and win something. Obviously, Newcastle beat Arsenal in the first leg as well, and that was at the Emirates, wasn't it, when Newcastle won as well? So that potentially right now Newcastle are going through, and you're going through if it stays the way it is. And that is probably the perfect chance for you to win something. You couldn't think of a better side. Yeah, Newcastle at the worst side of the world. You probably couldn't think of a better chance.
I'd rather play Newcastle than play Arsenal.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
never live that down. If we lose a final to them, they'd rub salt so far and they'd ram it so far down our throats that we wouldn't hear the end of it, and it'd be ridiculous.
that's the only probably light at the end of the tunnel. If I saw us go out tomorrow night, if I saw us go out on Thursday, that would be the only light at the end of the tunnel. If Arsenal go through, I'd want Arsenal to go through just to see that Arsenal Tottenham final. I think just for the sheer the funniness of it. But yeah, it is a big chance for you, but it's a big chance for us also for the season. I think Arne Slot's coming here and it's his first chance to win a trophy at Liverpool, set the precedent for the rest of the season. We are on, I don't like the word quadruple, but we are on a quadruple run technically. But that first cup is so vital to a stepping stone. That's why Pep Guardiola loved the Carabao Cup, because he used to win it early on, and it'll just set up for the rest of the season. That winning mentality, because we've got players in our team that haven't won anything yet, and they will feel that. Oh no, we won it last year, didn't we? And they would have been last year because we didn't sign anyone, did we? We didn't sign anyone. But yeah, so it would be good for them to going for I'd say quadruple, going for these big prizes to get a win over the line. How big do you think this Carabao Cup win is for both teams? Who do you think needs it more?
I think Spurs need it more because you guys, if you drop out of the title race, then there's something seriously wrong and all that, because you've literally got a 6-point cushion, even when you're playing crap, which you guys have been the last couple of weeks. You've not really kicked into top gear. You're able to just keep drawing out wins and drawing out and getting draws just to keep ahead of the game. Whereas with Spurs, this will be our first chance, well, our first time where we could do something since 2008. We've had so many finals and semi-finals we've done over the years, and this one, from a crap season this would do something to sort of lift it up. Because I think if Ange loses here or at the weekend, I think the pressure is immense on him, and it would be immense on the board as well.
Yeah,
Liverpool have their own problems with FSG. We have our own problems with ENIC. They're both conglomerate groups who have a figurehead as such at the top of them, and it will bring a target on the back of, well, definitely Daniel Levy. Say, well, look, you had a chance. You knew what he was going into. You've only brought in 2 players. You've actually lost 7 or 8 in January. Why haven't you done something about it to sort of alleviate the pressure on Ange a little bit?
Do you think it's a shame, really, because it is always the manager that gets the end of it in it? Levy is clearly the biggest problem at Tottenham. I think it's quite clear to see for everyone from outside, from everyone at Tottenham, Levy's the biggest problem. It's just going to be another manager sacked, and it hasn't worked. He probably deserves the sacking, if I'm honest. It reminds me of Ten Hag at Man United. This one advantage at the moment, because Glazers were obviously the biggest problem, but then Ten Hag wasn't helping himself and deserved the sacking at that point. It should have gone in the summer. But tomorrow and Saturday, like you said, against you got Villa. Is it Saturday or Sunday? You got Villa.
Sunday against Villa.
So Villa on Sunday. That pretty much, I think, decides Sanders' future. And I think the pressure after that, if you don't go through with them, then I think Levy would be no choice but to let him go.
Yeah, it's a difficult one, because obviously it's cheaper to sack a manager than to sack a team. A chairman's never going to sack themselves unless a board votes them out. And Daniel Levy is the highest paid chairman in the Premier League with a £6 million bonus each year. And I'm sure he'll probably up it to about 7 or 8 this year, because he's done so well on sponsorship and conglomerate side and business side. But like you say, Ange probably hasn't helped himself. There was a lot of times earlier in the season when he should have made rotation changes. There was a lot of times when he probably should have played different players, but he's doing it now. At Brentford at the weekend, he actually played a different style where he was able to soak up the pressure from them. I think we faced about 37 crosses and not one of them got through. And we actually defended well, and that was with a makeshift back line. Yeah. So if we can do something, now's the time, because, I mean, you guys have got to come back and beat us against Villa.
Yeah.
We play quite well against them at Villa Park. They're on a bit of a crap run of form themselves. They're a little bit up and down now. So if we can do something, and if we want to control our own destiny, we need to control the game against you guys, not let you guys dictate it. We need to be straight in, winning everything, controlling the front line, keeping your front line quiet, and putting Alisson under pressure, because he does have a lot of mistakes in him this year. I'm not going to lie. From what I've seen, he has conceded some silly goals, to say the least. So if we can do
are vulnerable, mate. We are vulnerable. We've been vulnerable plenty of times. There's times where with defensive lapses, I still think we need a DM. I've said that before. And Gravenberch has done an incredible job, but he's unfortunately just not a defensive-minded player. But he's doing the best he can here, and he literally is right now the best in the league in that position in terms of form. But we are vulnerable at times, and yes, we've got a clean sheet against Brentford, but they hit the bar twice. They missed an open net. Alisson saved us a couple of times, so it wasn't such a 2-0 game, but we have been resolute as well. And I think this season our mentality shift has been incredible. When we're not playing well, we're still somehow getting results. We're still somehow coming. You said that earlier on. We're somehow getting draws or wins out of these games, and I don't know what Slot's going to go to. I think he will go strong, because it is, at the end of the day, semi-final of the Cup. We need to turn it around. And like I said, we've got Plymouth at the weekend, so he can rest a few people there. We've got Everton next week as well, in midweek for our game in hand as well. But yeah, I think he will go strong. I do want to shout out the one player that's impressed me at Tottenham is Archie Gray, because of just the sheer fact that he is not a centre-back. and he's just been thrown in the deep end with no armbands. At the age that he's come in, he came in with a big status as well from Leeds. And I wouldn't have minded him at Liverpool, to be honest. When I saw him, he's sensational. To come in there and Tottenham, with the injury crisis you've had, and he's covered at centre back. Yes, he's made mistakes. Yes, he's been at the end of thrashings. But like, for example, at the weekend against Brentford, he was sensational. And games like that for a young lad, I think he's learning so much through that. It could only do him good. So yeah, I think we're vulnerable, but so are you. And it could lead to a goal fest, if I'm honest. It could lead to a goal fest. Just hoping that we outscore you as a goal fix. The game that we played last time before this semi-final was 6-3, and that was the goal fest.
Because what it is, like, it's us, you, and Arsenal who are the three top scorers in the Premier League at the moment. So literally, you know there's going to be goals in it. And like you said with Gray, he's played everywhere apart from his normal position for us this year. He played left back, left centre back, right back, probably even been in goal at some point. You never know. But I mean, when you do have that in a young player, the experience is outstanding, and it will stick with him for life. It'll be tough, but he'll learn from it as well. And it's the same with a lot of our other youth players, Mikey Moore, Lucas Bergvall. All these people are thrown in the deep end because we've got people like Maddison, like Johnson, like Richarlison at points, like Solanke. They're all out injured and all that. So we've had no other choice. I mean, all we can do is try and outscore you guys and just play our game and let you guys try to play your game, because if Basuma wants to have a row with one of your guys, he's going to get sent off. If Diaz or Curtis Jones decide to have a moment of madness, they're susceptible to a red card as well. So it's just, I just want a clean, proper game of football to enjoy, because if not, I'm going to have the worst birthday going. Let's put it that way.
Having said that, then, mate, having said that, give me a score prediction.
Oh, I've got to back Spurs.
You're being ballsy. You're going to be ballsy, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go 2-1 on the night to Spurs, so we'll beat you 3-1 on aggregate.
Does it go straight to penalties, or is it extra time in semis?
I think it'd be extra time and then penalties.
We can't do it more minutes. We're playing enough games as it is. But I do think it will be 2-1 Liverpool, and it'll go to extra time, and I think someone will win in extra time. I think Liverpool win in extra time. I think Liverpool win in extra time, and I think it will come from Gakpo. As you said, he had a poor first game, but I think he's the one right now that we're relying on a little bit more for goals. Salah dried up a little bit. He obviously got his 2 goals at the weekend. Sensational second goal, by the way. But yeah, Gakpo, I think is going to be the match winner. So I think we win it in extra time, 2-1. And away goals don't count, do they?
No,
I don't think they did. I didn't think they did. So yeah, I think it'll be 2-1 to us. I think we'll win it extra time. But yeah, thank you for watching. Make sure, like I said, stay tuned to Talking Heads. We'll give you all the latest Liverpool news. We did a big exclusive yesterday. Well, we weren't our exclusive, but it was Anfield Edition's exclusive. Me and Kallum spoke about that earlier, a bit off air, but we've got a massive, massive game against Tottenham here. This is why we're doing the preview. This is out, obviously it's tomorrow, the game, so make sure you do tune in as well. We'll have much more live reactions, hopefully, much more live previews coming up as well. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and get your notification bells as well. Thank you for watching. Have a great weekend, guys.